Good morning, hi. So I'm continuing this where I left off. We had a big ramble at the end of the video. I hope you don't mind that. I'm probably gonna remove most of it, most likely, because it did kind of get tangent-like. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. We'll be continuing where we left off. We're doing the first poem in the game. Depending on what choices we do, will depend on what character we get. Wait. What? Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. That's funny. Why didn't I haven't started a new game yet? Write the perfect poem for Monica, Sayuri, Yuri, and Natsuki. Basically, you have to get all 20. 20. I don't know all the things. There's a bunch of hidden achievements and stuff. So, I don't know who I want to go for. I like all the characters. I will probably end up breaking this game into multiple sections where I'm going through each of the characters' routes. So we'll see how this goes. I think we're going to go... She likes cute... Natsuki likes cute things. So... actually, Passion will probably go for Yuri. Lust will be probably Yuri. Bunny will be Natsuki. So you want to... Basically, you pick the words you think the character will like. If you get a perfect score, you get a special thing, I believe. And if you don't, whoever you get the most for will give you something. I believe it is possible to write the perfect poem for Monica, even though she's not here, but it's only on the second playthrough, right? Because she'll start jumping if you pick certain words, and I don't know what her words are, but apparently she has words that she does like. So Sayuri, I don't know what she likes. She likes like depressing things. Yuri likes dark themes. Natsuki likes cute. I might just go for cute. Bunny, cute. See, we'll go for Unrestrained Adventure. Oh, I already failed. Fester, Tears, Prayer, Breathe, Wild, Summer, Beauty, Promise, Strawberry is you. Candy is you. Bunny is you. Rose is her. Okay. Bert is you. Sticky. Oh my god. Hey, welcome back. I took me 8 minutes to do this. So I believe I've written a perfect poem for Natsuki. We're going to try and get a perfect poem each time. And I'm going to only try and go for Natsuki during this playthrough. I will attempt to do the other playthroughs later because they have more like story stuff. Plus there's like an entire like subcategory of side stories we have to do. It's not important. Hi again, Bima. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Haha. Don't worry. Not being held against my will for cupcakes. This might be a little strange for me. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Bima. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join the club this year. Last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Manga is literature. I have so many manga books, it's not even funny. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her chair. Don't worry, guys. Bima always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Ha. Sorry, that's because your room is messy, it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? I feel so bad for her. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Dima can become good friends too? Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayuri. For me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Siri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I will make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. Well, I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a real short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, about it. We can, like, totally talk about it. Forever. And ever. And ever. For real, though. Don't leave! I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Anyways, we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Forever. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? You even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much? Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew, she's gonna be so disappointed when she reads the poem and it's all cute things. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. I think she has this mental image of me being like more of an adult, mature, brooding person, which I might actually be, but I wrote a poem about cute bunnies and strawberries. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. So this is the special thing you get. Depending on whoever has the highest affection from the poem, you go and see what they're doing. That's how this game does, like, which character are you going to go for type deal. I hear Natsuki out of the I can't even say the word sigh from within the closet. He seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You're looking for something in there? Frickin' Monica. You never put my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Ah, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. It was yesterday. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. Doesn't it like it fall? There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. He turns to the box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one missing book is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's wearing. Are Fate Girls? I think it's like a type of sugar ice cream treat thing, right? In a series I've never heard in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass in the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Bima. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls up the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. He shoves the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Richard takes the seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. He pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wooden chairs be more comfortable. I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. Can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Look at her face! Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scoots an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki again. It's only a few seconds for Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Oh, how long has it been since I've read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I have, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these. It's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there gonna be plot? Well, obviously. I think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginnings is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they all get into the backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Guys, I like our mouth does like the pointy, little V shape. Feels like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Wait, hey. It's hey, wait, not wait, hey. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant, but I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems to be about baking. It's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah, there's a lot of baking in this baking manga. Why does that matter? He doesn't. I was just curious. Because you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get anything because of it, because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess it explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, out of all the hobbies I pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it. So who am I to judge? Natsuki! We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. To be safe though, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up any of the series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? Huh? You don't? Look at her eyes averted. It's so cool. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get any of my friends to read this. They just see mangas for kids. I can even bring it up with them being all like, you still haven't grown to that yet? Makes you want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Huh? Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in this the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her fingers up to one of the panels. Minori is one of my favorite characters. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... Ugh. I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. She's so adorable. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast between our usual bossy tone. But she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends. I can understand why. Try to express in words that feeling of when you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. Thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready to start today's poem? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry, she did it on purpose. She did it on purpose. She did it on purpose. Remember that. Sir, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, I guess I'll stop here for now. I closed the book and handed towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. What? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever for you to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. If it gets spin, I'll kill you. By tomorrow, when you got way through the volume so far, I might fall behind on shows if I try and get through this. And I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what happens if I don't finish it? Alright then. Stand up. I wish I had friends like this in school. I didn't have a lot of friends who enjoyed the same things I did. Like, I had some people who liked anime. We talked about manga and anime and sometimes art, because I was friends with a guy who really was good at drawing like Dragon Ball Z, and it was like really cool. But mostly it was like games and stuff, and that was fun, but they're not here anymore, so whoa, what good are they? I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I hadn't really done this before. Well, now that everyone looks ready, why don't we find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Very cute. It's Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Atsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Whose should I read first? We're gonna read Monica's first. I just start with Monica. Yesterday she was so eager to read my poem, I didn't want her to know I was putting in effort. Read hers first. Hi, Bima. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring it up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Bima. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's sort of the barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. I like it, Bima. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think something that Suki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. You say so, yep. I'm dying of embarrassment over here. There's a lot of poems or stories out there, but no one, but not more than a few simple words. But are not more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Sometimes there's only a few long lines. They might even feel like they're written for kids. But if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anyone. I see. So you're saying that Atsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could be a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might just be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Sorry. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I'm always feel the way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Let's read it. Hole in the wall. Also, earlier I mentioned in the last episode I mentioned how I didn't think this game had the OBS trigger that would like read your computer's name. I don't think that would work anyways, because I'm using a capture card to record my screen, and that bypasses any like software triggers. Like I can play Destiny 2 without having to worry about the anti-cheat being triggered by me trying to record a full screen game. You know. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? See the direction? Spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know it wasn't me. Wait, what? I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a flint, left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It's just... I'm sorry. But it's too late, my retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever to everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay. I wonder. Anything in here yet? I have so many things. So, as the game goes on, you're going to get more and more of these little... If it's how the original game was, you're going to get more and more of these little things in this folder. And I don't see it here, so we haven't triggered anything. There might be more of a chapter, like a second or third playthrough. This game has, like, multiple playthroughs, new stuff. It's one of those games. Super cool. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put this. I guess you could say that I had some kind of... I'm not sure to say that infinity recently. I don't think that's how you pronounce that word. I do apologize. Been influencing my poems a bit. Infamy, yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends of each other. Anyways, here's Maka's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. But here's the big thing, okay? Here's the big thing. I don't want to spoil too much. I've already beaten the original game. When she said if you sit in one place for too long, you'll get a giant puddle of ink. Remember that phrase. It's going to come up later. It won't be spoken, it will be shown. And you will see what I mean. So we're going to go show our poem to Yuri. Then we're going to do Sayori, then we're going to do Natsuki. The reason I'm doing Natsuki last is the poem is meant for Natsuki, and I kind of want to get her reaction. It'll be the last one when we go to. We're going to go with Yuri first. Yuri is going to hate this poem. Because it's so cute. Yuri stared at the poem, and then it passes into more than time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not, I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. She's so adorable. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and I'm having been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. That's a thing that a lot of people say. There's a lot of very specific things that new writers do or new artists do, or if you're new at anything, a lot of people tend to pick up the same habits, and the habits are mostly shared between a lot of amateur people. And that is shared. So someone who's been through it will have experience and they will notice it easier than someone who's never done it. For an example, I took earlier today, I did like an art, like a figure art class with some friends on Discord, and a lot of the things that I was doing that I was kind of ruining the figure drawing were things that the person who was teaching me said that they also did. And yeah, it's just things. You just gotta, do it and get through all that stuff and break the habit. I've been having been through that myself, I've learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. And otherwise, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and when they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's a very demeanor. I'm saying that entirely wrong. It didn't sound right in my head, so I know I'm saying it wrong. It totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and it sounds like an expert. And she sounds like an expert. Jesus Christ. Of course, that is not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Suki can be a little too biased though. Biased how? Never mind. I shouldn't be talking to people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. But here's the thing. I have issues reading cursive. Monika's writing is easier to read, even though it's kind of cursive, but not really cursive. Yuri's writing is very cursive. I cannot read cursive. Yuri smiles dreamily as if a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? A ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing? It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the thickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air out of the present, the living in the past. The light flickens, I flicken back. I think that's what her poem said. I do apologize. I'm not going to read any cursive. He's staring at me. I'm sorry for having such terrible handwriting. Did she know? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it looked like it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. It is very pretty, yes. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. It's our first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Oh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Bima. Really? I must have totally missed the point. But I suppose you did glance over it after all. Remember the poem. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in our last remaining piece of comfort and able to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. I'm going to be trying to do multiple playthroughs. I want to do it probably won't be all at once. I might do full game for October and then do multiple of the other routes after October because I want to keep things moving, But I believe if you play this game multiple times, you get all the endings, you see all the secret stuff, you actually get a secret ending, which is super cool. I love it when games do that. Like Steins Gate, if you go through the game and you unlock every single piece of CG, you get a special image of all the characters together around a cake. And that's your reward for doing everything. You didn't do everything, you got all the CG, which means you did all the endings. Basically, you did all the endings. You got all the side story, all the side characters endings, and when you saw the bad ending, and when you went back into the good ending, which requires a separate playthrough because you have to do extremely specific choices. And if you even miss a single choice, you get a bad ending, or you get the non-true canon ending to Steins Gate. Doesn't matter. Sayuri, here we go. I hope you don't mind my tangents. I do apologize. I just kind of get off track when I'm thinking about stuff. This is a good poem, Bima. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems and Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't matter. But that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Bima. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, okay? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Like Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees sure my motive here. Then again, I can't deny if she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. Am I gonna make sure you have lots of paneer? I'm going to be apologize. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of paneer, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay, she's so adorable. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh, I'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish the rain away? I look above, the sky's blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I would sleep forever. I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, I just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. I guess it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. You gotta get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thank you for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Where should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. She's just staring at it. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this because I could have been doing I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours were really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem, make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what a real literature looks like. And he went and ruined it. Hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying that you liked it? Natsuki's retorts getting caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that much to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if this is a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still don't have to show me your... In any case, you still have to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will get mad at me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sneak, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's kind of... Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that poems have to be all sophisticated and stuff. People don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? The writing style wouldn't make But your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. That is true. Seeing anyone, it's a weird love and hate relationship. Like if I watch my friends draw, I get envious and jealous. I'm like, I really want to do that. That looks amazing. They're creating something that I wish I could do. They're creating something amazing. Get jealous. And it's really disheartening because you're like, I don't want to be jealous at someone. I want to be able to do what they do and not be envious, you know? It's just really hard. It's just really hard. And it's just like, I don't like that feeling. It is disheartening, especially when like someone's teaching you something and you're doing it flawlessly. And you try doing it and you can't even get the basics down. It's like, oh wow, I really suck at this. Even if they tell you, oh, I've did this like thousands of times over the span of like 4 years. Like I've done this so many times that I can do it without trying. It's like, that means I'm gonna have to take dozens of years, thousands of tries to get like even remotely close to being able to do what you can do. It's really disheartening. I want to do better. I gotta do better. Like after this episode, I'm probably going to get the files moved over to a little hard drive, and then I'm going to go back to drawing because I want to get better at drawing. That is my goal. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up the rhyme at the end, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her for the last comment. I don't like how everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Pew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can set up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. Sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting, but my eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. They're like the complete opposites of each other. One's very brooding and serious and shy, and the other one's more outgoing and loud and cute, more cutesy. And they're just like the complete opposites of each other. They don't like their poems. One of Natsuki's poems is really great. It's about spiders. Look forward to that one. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As if they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, and while Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns a poem to a desk on one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can it be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I'm trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but they really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, but the area liked it. Bima did too. But based off that, I'm gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent long enough establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Ugh. People like my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Atsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were still invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. That's not what... Oh, I love the music change. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Bima appreciates my advice more when he appreciates yours. How do you know he has... How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you just that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Bima started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Bima, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate simple writing is more effective, then this would have never happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not forcing them to figure it out. Help me explain this to her, Bima. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive works in our language. That's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is unnecessarily limiting to yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Bima? Well, how do I get dragged into this mess in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Of course, it's going to be... Oh, Sari! Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, trying to get any words out of my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you do it? You keep fighting when you know it's making your friend feel like this? Bima. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for her to interject her feelings into our conflict. Unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why no one likes... Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. Yuri's boobs are the same size as they always were. Big and beautiful. Oh, I love Yuri. There's this one picture. Oh my god. Give me 1 second. And I have returned. First of all, I do want to say, I hope you could understand me during that whole little fun section there. I tend to get kind of excited and I read kind of fast and I kind of like, I don't pronounce words correctly. So they kind of like slow, I don't know, like they get like slung together into like one word and it's hard to understand me. I do apologize. I was reading mostly the text there. I did find what I was wanting to show you. This is the image I wanted to show you. I saw this a very long time ago. This is a very funny image. I think it's YouTube safe. But like, I just like this image where it's like Natsuki's like the sweet mother of God. Holy actual. It's just like such a good image. Oh, it's so funny. There's also a big theory on Reddit if Yuri takes off her bra. I don't think it's true, but there's like a fan theory of like after the main character joins the club, if Yuri stops wearing a bra to make her boobs appear bigger, and I don't think that's actually true. Yeah, I'm looking at Twitter, and there's a bunch of really weird images. Here's one of like Natsuki and Yuri, and it's one character, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you because it's like I would get TOS for all the booba on the screen. There's so much booba. Wait, is there an alternate universe for Natsuki? Where's the alternate? Oh my god, you have to see this. Let me save this real quick. This is great. This is funny. There's like an alternative universe where Natsuki is the size of Yuri. They're basically just like a model swap. And this is Natsuki's head and Yuri's head. And I really like this. This is also really funny. She's just so unhappy. Oh, it's so great. If you get a free moment, you really should look up Doki Doki Literature of like fan art and stuff. There's so much good fan art. Like genuinely. Like there's so much good fan art. There's also a bunch of really cool fan mods. I need to look up and see if there are like fan mods for this game. I don't think there is. There's a bunch of them for the original, but I don't know if the new version has a bunch of fan mods and stuff. There we go. Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression in her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayuri is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader. I can organize things. I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, like I said, this means Sayuri's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her hurt herself again. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. I misread that. The next two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really makes a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I can get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. So, I believe the choices we just had, it was between Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayuri. I believe whoever you picked, you would have sided with them, and it would have increased your like favorability with that character. So since we went with Sayuri, I keep forgetting Sayuri. Since we went with Sayuri, we got more of her relationship up. But I believe we can get the good ending with Natsuki by just doing her poems, which is what I'm going to be doing. I don't have the heart to side with either of them and say their poems are bad. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. Your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Bye-bye. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It surely has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri. But what happened earlier? Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Parents are both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Bima, it's nice that I get to spend time with you again in this club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Everybody is going to be so much fun. Bye. Looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught on onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does that really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I've had Sayuri on the shoulder. Not soldier. Shoulder. Natsuki just freaking runs out with like an AK-47. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an intentional monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. And now we're at poem 2. And this is where I'll be ending this video. So far so good. Hi. So I think I know what they did for this version, okay? In the original version, this is the continuing right after the last episode. In the original version, you would need to open up your Windows, your like actual game folder, and you would need to go through and delete certain files, and there'd be little secrets and stuff. Here's the thing. This is new. This is really new. So this is how they do it in this version. Okay. I've 15% of the data. So instead of it actually being like the actual thing you needed to do, where in the original game you would need to go through the actual folders, I think they changed it because the Switch this game's on Switch. I own it for Switch. I have the physical copy for Switch. I think if you quit the game, you would load up this little metaverse thingy, and then you get to access everything. Doki Doki side stories, there's files, there's characters. There's all the font stuff. I think if you open this, you can reset the game. Note, insecure directory. This is a scratch system that uses storing systems of permanent things if you need access to the files. Copy, try and plug directly into the client. Do not copy them here. He is working on setting up proxy mail servers so we can probably remote. Okay. So I think this is how they do it in this game. It's totally different. There's a bunch of files here, but I don't know. They don't really do anything, huh? That's weird. This is really interesting. I had ended the video and I went to get off the game and it was like this. So interesting. This is weird. There's a bunch of empty folders, backup, missing meeting notes, test case for the genetic model. Okay. Visual novel, okay. Meeting time over, do you know time? Okay, this is test.txt, copy the thin client system. There's a bunch of files here. Tower keys? Clock, boat, spaceship, question mark? Weird. This is really cool. So wait. Game, saves, audio, poem words? Winning words, happy. Oh. Word, S point, S point, Y point, series winning words, happy. Oh, so it actually tells you, the words for each character. That's interesting. So these words will give you so many points for each character. 2, 2, 1. That's so weird. But anyway, it doesn't give you Yuri's words. Natsuki, so here's Yuri's words. Sayuri's. Natsuki's. It doesn't give you, here's Yuri's, but it doesn't give you Monika's words. Okay. Images dot, you're not able to open these files. Weird. Here's the saves. Here's all my saves. I can open or delete. You don't have, okay, that's weird. Characters. Unknown file type. Interesting. Sorry for like the randomness of this. Attributes like text, internal game characters. So as we play, we're gonna be finding more and more things. Images. More and more things should show up here. Mail. There's no new mail inbox. Pictures. This. Okay. Select the word kawaii during the poem game so you can unlock new things. That's cool. Poems. Say your first poem. Yuri's, Natsuki's. Write a poem for Natsuki. Here's the backpack. This is really cool. Oh, there's even digital. What? There's even like concept art and stuff. Select the word Doki Doki during the poem. There's a bunch of characters. Napkin calls Sayori for help during Natsuki and Yuri's argument. There's very likely more artwork if I were to go back to that specific moment and pick other people's sides. I would probably unlock more art. That's so cute. I think these are like early concept art, bro. I'm not joking. Is there a DDLC art book? Like, no, there's not. Doki. So this is really cool. This is really cool. Oh yeah, there was a concept art booklet. Huh. Hmm. Really? Really? So there's like a little concept art booklet. Okay. Interesting. The Doki Doki doll maker. What? So I did find one. I really want this to be so cool. But it won't. It wants me to do a freaking trial. I don't want a trial. Is that for? No. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to cut all this out. I'm sorry. Future me. I apologize. Okay, we'll pick this, and I'm going to immediately. I hate when I do this. Maybe I can fix it. Is there a way to disable the bypass scribe? Okay. It's not. Okay, that must have got removed. Okay. And it wants me to immediately fucking hate wants to do that. I created an account. You must be a scribe member for full access. Do a free trial. I'm going to immediately cancel you because I fucking hate you. Jesus Christ. I hate when I do this. I hate when they're like, when they do this. I'm going to immediately cancel this so I can see what this concept art is. Apparently it's just a bunch of concept art from this, which, I mean, that's fine. Read the file poem words text for any anomalies. I didn't find any anomalies when I went in there. Really? Okay, oh, error. Your desktop wallpaper could not. What? Really? It won't let me do this? Oh, no, here it is. Weird. Scared me for a second. Okay. This is really cool. Yeah, this is actual concept art. I'm looking at the same stuff I'm looking from this game. Can we download this? This must be like something you get from this game if you beat it. There has to be this. Can I download this document? What you download? Yeah. There's a bunch of like actual books in here. What the hell? Your download just started, except it actually hasn't. There it goes. So I might see if I can like make that to an actual book. Book could be kind of cool. Okay, so here's the thing. We have mail, which we have no mail. Apparently, we can open up stuff here, which I already did. A bunch of files here. I don't know what they do, anything. There's probably like a secret in there somewhere. Like, there wouldn't just be nothing in here, right? Might be something later in the game. We already went through here. So, eternal, characters, game, poem text. Apparently, at this point, there's all these things here that tells you exactly how to get the perfect poems of character, which is super cool. Pictures, music. We haven't heard this one yet. This is a new song too. I've never heard of Candy Hearts. Settings. Yeah, I'm guessing as we play, we'll get more stuff actually pop up here. Side stories. The side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. But to get all 6 side stories, try writing poems to different characters and viewing their respective scenes in DDLC. We have Trust Part 1 and Part 2. As we play, we'll unlock more side stories, which unlocks more content. Interesting. And that brings back the actual main menu. That's really cool. That's actually really, really cool. They made it a lot easier to see the secret stuff. Before, it was like literally hidden in the game files. You had to know it was there to see it. And those people wouldn't know until they actually opened up the game file to do stuff. I won't spoil, but there was a bunch of hidden images and stuff. Super cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. I think I already said it in the last video, but, you know, I didn't know that it was a virtual desktop within my desktop. Essentially. But yeah, it's super cool. Bye-bye.